Hello, I'm Garg from Garg's Animal Parties. We're going to be doing a few weeks of shows for you. The first week, this week, is our mini beasts one, and we've got a number of little things we're going to be bringing out and showing you. First one we're going to start off with is our giant African land snail. Now we've got to keep an eye on him that he doesn't run off too fast. This one, he is still only a baby, this giant African land snail. Eventually, when it's a grown up, they can grow as big as this. So around about 7 inches long. They do have a very simple diet. They love things like cucumber, lettuce, they love peppers as well. It's a wide variety of vegetables and fruit as well. They love banana, these ones. Again, it's only baby, it's still got a lot of growing to do yet, this one. And it will live between 5 and 7 years. These ones. Now today is a fantastic day to have them outside because it's really warm today. These giant African land snails love the heat. Therefore in our winter months our snails don't come out because it's way too cold for them. They don't like it. Hot days they come out and they enjoy the sunshine. These ones, which is a bit odd because they do like a lot of moisture as well. So you do have to keep them sprayed as well so that their skin doesn't dry out. But we're going to keep an eye on him. He can wander around a little bit. He'll sliver around a little bit and we can keep an eye on him that he doesn't escape. So that's our giant African land snail, and obviously with its name it does come from Africa. These ones. Our next one we're going to have a look at is an insect. We're going to start off with our first insect. His name is Max. Some of you guys, if you've seen me at ELHAP before, you may have seen some of these guys before. So here comes little Max. Here he is. And Max is known as a Madagascan hissing cockroach. And I did say hissing, not kissing. Okay. And funny enough, it's because he can hiss. And what he does is he blows lots of air out of little holes down the side of its body. So if a big bird tries to eat him, he'll squash the air out, make a hissing noise, and that's to try and frighten it away so that the bird doesn't eat it. Again, these guys got quite a long-lived cockroach. These guys will actually live for around about 7 years. So it's a very long lifespan for a cockroach, whereas most cockroaches only live for a year or two. Max is our boy hissing cockroach, and we can tell that, I don't know whether you can see on the camera, he's got little humps on top of his head. These are called thoracic humps, and only the boys have got those. The girls are flat on top, and the boys have got them for fighting. The girls don't tend to fight, they're a bit more sensible things, but the boys would like to have them fighting. And then you may be able to see his little wiggly antennae on top of his head. He's feeling his way around. He's going to try and find some food. We'll put him on there, we'll let him have a little walk, see if you can see him. But he'll blend in very well with the wood. Oh, don't go off too far. Come back. No escaping today. Oh, well. Here he comes. Oh, he's having a little wander around. And on these guys, they actually got little mutual friends. They have little tiny bugs known as mites. Now mites are not normally a good thing, but these are special mites on the cockroach that actually keep them really clean. They go around, keep the cockroach clean, and in return the cockroach will keep them nice and safe from other things that might want to hurt them. But he's very beautiful, very shiny. He looks like a nice bit of polished wood out in the sunshine today. There he goes. Oh, what's he doing? Let's put him on there once more. Have a little walk. Where's he going? He might be going to see Gary the snail. Oh, Gary's not escaped yet. Here he comes. Oh, don't wander off too far. There he goes. Those antennae are feeling its way around. It's come to the end. He's got to see where it can go now. But you're not going to go too far because you're going to go away now. Let's say bye-bye to you. Ready, let's lift him up. Whee! Up he come. There we go, well done Max, you can go back in there. Put him in his... There. That's it. Now, we have got other insects to see, but we're now going to have a look at an 8-legged creature. This time we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to look at our 8-legged creature. Here she is. So, if you've not guessed already, 8 legs, we're going to have a look at our spider. Here she comes. We've got little Samantha today. Here comes little Samantha. Oh, let's sit her on the log first. There she is. There's Samantha. And Samantha is known as a chili rose tarantula or a chili rose spider. She's a very, very good girl, this one. She's very, very gentle, this one. And if we go round, let's move that front a little bit. There we go. If we go round, if we count the legs, there's something strange about this spider. Ready? If we count the legs, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, little one, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, we have cheated a little bit because we've counted 10 legs, and as we know, spiders actually have 8 legs. We cheated, we counted 2 smaller ones at the front of her body. Let's gently scoop her up. At the front here, they aren't legs at all. These are called pedipalps. And in a way, they're kind of Samantha's arms. They actually help her to feed those ones. Oh, steady, the wind's picking up a little bit, so we're going to keep her lower down. The spider's not too keen of the wind. Gary's escaping again. Where are you going, Gary? Come back. I think we're quite safe for a minute. There we go. Now we're going to turn her around gently. Again, you may not be able to see properly, but she is wiggling them a little bit. She's got 2 little tail-like bits at the back here. These are her spinnerets. That's where the spider's silk comes from, or the spider's web. Although big spiders like this don't use their web to make a nice big bit to catch flies and things in. These ones, they actually use it to make a nice silk carpet. So if they find somewhere happy to live, they'll spread it all over the floor or in a nice area and have a nice comfy silk carpet to live on. Again, her eyes, this one, she's got 8 legs and 8 eyes, which again, they're right on top of her head, her 8 eyes, right up here. And these go in a bit of a circle so that she can see all the way around herself. These ones, right, should we put her down again? Let's have a little bit more of a walk. There we go, you sit on there nicely. And you'll have noticed when I was holding her, we're holding her over the nice log, or we do it over a table or something, because big spiders like this, if they was to fall, even from just a height of about 1 metre, we could seriously hurt them. So we always hold spiders close to the ground, over a table or something, so we're less likely to hurt them. Hopefully we wouldn't drop them in the first place. There we go. Oh, she's going over to this log. It's a bit silly because you don't eat cucumbers, so you don't want to go up there, do you? Samantha, she likes to eat bugs like crickets and grasshoppers, things like those, and morio worms as well. She's very beautiful, very, very gentle spider. There we go. Right, let's say goodbye to you. We're going to have a look at somebody else. Right, in you go. Put her in there. Now, we've got another insect. I don't know whether you've spotted this insect, but it's actually been out. They're actually on this log. I don't know whether you can see them. Here, we've got one here and one down here. These are actually called Maclay's stick insects. These guys would originally come from Australia, these ones, and they've still got a bit of growing to do yet. They're not fully grown, and these are our girls. We only bring the girls, especially outside, like today, because the boys, they have nice big wings. The boys would definitely fly off, which is not a good thing in this country. We don't want them flying off because they're not a native species, so you can't let them go. Things, but the girls, they're fine. We can bring those outside. They don't fly off or anything. We can make sure they're nice and safe this way. Let's carefully lift her up. Yep, she comes. Whee! Sit her on there. Oh, she's going to have a little wobble about. There we go. Because it's a bit windy, so as you pick them up in the wind, they'll flap about a little bit to try and pretend they're a leaf in that wind, so that they blend in a little bit. Now we're going to turn her around actually, see if you can sit up there properly. Ready. Oh. Now these guys, they like to pretend to be lots of different things. Now if you can see carefully on there, she's curled her tail up like this. It's almost like a scorpion's tail. Now she wants to pretend she's a scorpion, so maybe she's dangerous and things. Obviously she's actually quite harmless, this one. About as dangerous she gets is eating bramble, the blackberry bushes, these ones. But yep, she'll curl her tail up to look a bit like a scorpion's with its nasty sting, this one. And quite sadly, these guys, they don't live very, very long. These ones, they only live, once they've hatched out of their eggs, they only live for about a year. So it's not very long at all. And the mums are actually really bad parents. They're not very good mummies at all. They don't look after their own eggs. Even the way they think, they don't even make a nice nest for their eggs either. She's too little to lay eggs at the moment. She's got to grow a bit bigger. But when she's older and she starts to lay eggs, what she actually does is she would come onto the end of a branch like this. She actually sticks her bottom over the edge of the branch, and then when she lays her eggs, she just lets the eggs drop to the ground, and then it's then down to little tiny ants. And strangely, little ants come along, they pick up the little eggs, they take them down in their nests, and they don't actually eat the eggs. No, the ants look after them, they keep them nice and clean, and then anywhere between a year to 2 years for when the eggs hatch, what happens is they hatch, and the little stick insects are actually tiny little jet black insects, and they just look like black ants. And that way, because they've been down the nest so long, they now smell like the ants. And what they do is they manage to walk up past all the other ants, up past the big guard ants, because normally anything else in an ant's nest other than an ant would be eaten. But these ones, they can walk up past the ants and actually climb back up outside and start munching away, ready to grow nice and big and start laying eggs again. So let's put you on there. Ready? Here she goes. You're going to sit up there for me. Where's Gary gone? Well, Gary's gone right down there. Let's lift him back up. Sorry, Gary. Can come back. Should we put him on there? No escaping, Gary. See? Although he's a snail, he'd half moved very quick, didn't he? There we go. Now let's see him. Oh, he's having a little wobble on here, the stick insect now. He's having a little wobble on there. Let's again move on from this one, and let's have a look at our next animal. But again, oh, just going back briefly, is an insect again, so he's got 6 legs, that one. But we're going to move away, and we're going to have a look at one that can jump. Not an insect that jumps, an animal that jumps. Ready? I've got to wet my hands a little bit for this one. There we go. Oh, come here. Here you come. Here he is. Now this is our frog today. Let's turn him around. Let's face in the camera. There we go. Rather than looking at his bottom. This is, who have we got today? I think this is Booger 2. This one. We've got 4 frogs, and they're actually all called Booger 1, 2, 3 and 4. Oh, don't roll. Where are you going? Oh, no, he's turning around that way. There we go. Now he's known as a white tree frog. Again, not named after his colour, but after someone that discovered him. So we're called Mr. Whites. And these guys, again, like the stick insects, would come from Australia. And again, these ones are tree frogs. So you won't really find them swimming in ponds. These ones, they do live in big trees. You maybe have to see some trees behind me. They'd live in the trees, these ones. And what they do, oh, because they do like water still, what they do is they would find a leaf full of water after it's rained. They soak in the water for a fair while, soak up all that water, and then what they will do is they will cover their body in a funny wax to keep all the moisture in so they don't dry out so much, these ones. So again, on a hot day like today, they can't stay out too long because we don't want him drying out too much, although we have brought him out with some water today. So if he gets too much, we can just drip out some water on him. See, a little bit of water. Can keep our hands nice and wet as well, because again, they're not too keen on our warm, dry hands. This one. Ready? Oh, should we sit you on the log? That's it, don't jump too far, otherwise I've got to disappear. Oh, there he goes. Let's move Gary out of the way. Gary, move over a bit. There we go. Oh, where's Booger going to go? Hopefully he's just going to sit nice and still. Oh, you are sitting very still, that's a worry. Right, let's gently pick you up. I'll put my hand over. Now Gary is quite squidgy, and he does, because of the wax on his body, does make him a little bit sticky as well. This one. There we go. But I'm not going to... Come back. We're not going to kiss him though, because it doesn't turn into a prince or a princess from previous experience. You didn't change at all, did you? No. You didn't. Let's see if we can turn him around. Face that way. Smile at the camera. There we go. Let's see him. Now these ones, very, very good at jumping. Again, they've got to be able to jump from tree to tree. So they have got very long back legs. These ones. And they do actually have... Oh, come back. They've actually got 2 knees So they can bend their knees in 2 different ways, or bend their leg in 2 different ways. So they've got a knee up the front here, and then they've got another knee at the back here. So that their legs are in 3 parts. Because then what he'll do is he'll wind up all the muscles in his leg, draw them all in, and then when he wants to leap, stretch those legs, and he can ping a real good distance. He could jump a good couple of meters, this one. Now, what we do is, again, because it's nice and warm today, my hands are very warm as well. We won't keep him out too long. We'll say goodbye to you. Ready? Say bye-bye. Well done. Let's put you in there. Whee. There he goes. Now, we have got, dry my hands on the trousers. There we go. We are going back to now. We have got another 8-legged one. We are going to have a look at another spider briefly. This one. Here it comes. Who have we got today? Here she comes. There we go. Now this is a Brazilian black tarantula, or a Brazilian black spider. Fair enough, coming from Brazil, although you will find them in Argentina as well. This one has got a lot of growing to do yet. She is still a baby. When she's fully grown, she will have almost an 18-centimeter leg span. It's almost the size of your dinner plates. So when you watch it, just before you have dinner today, see the size of your dinner plate. That's how big her legs will get. She will span across. Let's put her on there. You can have a little walk, and then up that way. Leave Gary alone. Let's put Gary back up there. That's it. Here she goes. Now this one, being a girl spider again, she will live for around about 15 years. But if she was a boy one, she would only live, sadly, for 5 years. They don't have as long a lifespan, the boys. These ones. Up you come then. Step you up. Again, a bit like the chili bros, you do have to be very, very careful of these ones so we don't drop them. So you'll see we've got our hands fairly close to the log, just in case. These ones. And again, with their name, we'll go back to their name. We're saying that they can be known as bird-eating spiders, which again is a really silly name because they don't actually eat birds. No, they only eat little things, again, like the crickets, grasshoppers, or we feed ours, or mealworms as well. These ones. Again, she's got the 8 legs, and then the 2 bigger ones, the 2 short ones at the front, the pedipalps at the front there, and they're her arms for feeding. There she goes. Look at that. Shall we put her down once more? Put her on there. Have a little walk. There we go. Where's she going? Come on across then. Oh, she's settling down. Come on then, up you come. Now that's our mini beast show for this week. We will be back next week with some different animals. We won't give it away yet, so you'll have to tune in back next week to see what other animals that we've got to see for you then. But they will be different. It won't be mini beasts next week. It will be another one instead. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Bye everyone.